Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video. This one was inspired by a video that Jamie Page did on her channel where she talked about her favorite product from the top 50 brands at Sephora. Now, I'm not going to be talking to you guys about 50 products today from 50 different brands because some of the top brands at Sephora, I've only tried like 1 or 2 items from that brand, so I didn't think it was justified to say like the only product that I've tried from that brand is my favorite. I mean, it could be my favorite, but it then would also be like my least favorite, if that makes sense. So I am talking to you guys about 25 favorite products from 25 of the top brands at Sephora today. If you guys are at all interested, then stay tuned. First, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I do upload 5 days a week. So if you are at all interested, would love to have you subscribe. I'm like trying to shorten my intro and it's not going well. Anyway, guys, if you're interested in this video, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to try to go in alphabetical order. Normally, I can do my ABCs correct, but you never know. Today could be the day I screwed up. So I'm going to try my best to keep everything in alphabetical order, but mistakes happen. So starting with Anastasia Beverly Hills, I knew from ABH it was going to be a palette. I do really like the Amrezy highlight, and I do like the foundation, but definitely like I really love some of her palettes, and I was going back and forth between the one that I'm going to say and the Soft Glam palette, but this really has been my favorite of, like, if I could only choose this or the Soft Glam, I know I would choose this one. So this is the ABH Jackie Aina collab, and the reason that I really like this one over the Soft Glam is because I feel like you just have so much more that you can do with this palette. Now, if you just need like neutral everyday looks and you don't like pops of color, you don't really want to experiment with color, then I probably would recommend Soft Glam over the Jackie palette, but I really love this palette. So I get like my 3 brown mattes that I feel like I just need in every palette and love. I have those 3 mattes, but then I also have these beautiful like champagne shimmers over here, and then I have Sponsored, which is one of my favorite greens in my collection. I mean, I'm wearing green eyeshadow today. I've really been feeling the greens. I also have this beautiful shimmery red, which I love, and then this Lituation, this cool toned like purpley silver shimmer shade I just love. So of all of the products I have from ABH, this one is my favorite. Next up is Belief, and I actually don't have this product currently in my collection. I need to purchase this. But it is the Belief, not Aqua Bomb, the Belief Moisturizing Balm. Love Belief as a brand. I love their moisturizing balm. I love their eye balm, and I really want to try some of their other like products. I'm just so like attached to the moisturizing balm products that it's been hard for me to deviate. I hope that's the right word, to deviate. I think I'm using that right. Anyway, it's been hard for me to try other products from them. The Belief Moisturizing Balm just does wonders for my skin, specifically in the winter time. I usually don't use it in the summertime, which is kind of why I don't have it right now, even though like we're almost to November, we're almost in winter. I think this video is going up before November, or like right at the beginning of November. Anyway, it's a great product if you have dry skin. Love it. Love Belief as a brand. My #1 choice though would be the Belief Moisturizing Balm. Next up is Bite Beauty, and I think that this product, I have it in my collection, but I think it's at my work desk. It's the Agave Lip Mask. Freaking love this thing. It is incredible if you have dry lips. I usually use the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask at night, and then I will do my morning skincare routine and use the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. Just both are so nourishing. The Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask is very thick, so if you don't like something thick on your lips, you probably aren't gonna like this. If you have dry cracked lips though, this is a godsend. I've been using this for I think 3 years now and never am without it. I mean, it's in my desk right now at work, so I'm kind of technically without it right now, but it's still in my collection. I really love that one from Bite. Next up we have Buxom, and I haven't tried a ton from Buxom. I've tried some of their eyeshadow. I've tried obviously some of their lip glosses, which I do really like, and then this product right here is my favorite. If you guys have been watching my channel at all this year, I feel like some of you would have been able to guess this. This is the Buxom Wanderlust blush, the primer infused one, and this is in the shade Seychelles. I also have the shade Mykonos, which I love. It's beautiful for the summertime. It's like this bright peachy coral blush. I really Love these blushes in general, but specifically this Seychelles shade is just so beautiful. Love that it's just like a bronzy sort of neutral blush shade. It has a little bit of a luminosity. It has a little bit of a luminosity to it, so it's not completely matte, and it just gives this beautiful life to your skin, and I absolutely love this product from Buxom. Next up we have Clinique, and I have another blush to talk to you guys about. It is the Clinique Cheek Pops. I have a couple of shades. I just grabbed this one, which is in the shade Fig Pop. I don't have Nude Pop yet, but I really want to get Nude Pop from Clinique. It just looks like another beautiful nude blush, which clearly I love. Again, this is in the shade Fig Pop. These are really pigmented, so you do have to be a little bit careful when putting these on, but they do sheer out quite nicely as well. Super nice formula, and I think these are like in the $22-23 range, which I think is a fair price for some of the other like blush formulas when you think of like higher end blushes. Just really enjoyed this one from Clinique. Next, from CoverFX, it wasn't even a question for me what I was going to talk to you guys about, and I grabbed the wrong product. I'll be right back. Okay, so from CoverFX, hands down, it is going to go to the Bronzing Duo. Now, this just released this year. They also released blush duos, which is what I had in my hands before this. I also really like their blush duos, but this bronzer in Sunkissed Bronze is so beautiful. It's just such an amazing shade. I love the shade. So you're offered obviously a matte side and then this shimmery side that you can add as either, you could do a highlight, but I like to add it as a bronzer topper, and it's just beautiful. I used this side more when it was actually the summertime, and now I'm mostly just going in with this, but this might be one of my new favorite bronzers. I just think it is stunning. I really think that CoverFX knocked it out of the park with their duos in general, both bronzer and blush this year. I'm really impressed by both, but hands down have to give it to the Bronzing Duo. Next is Drunk Elephant, and I've actually tried quite a bit from Drunk Elephant. Products both that I like, products that didn't work for me, and I was going to say the Slay like makeup melting like butter, but actually it's gonna have to go to the Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine, I knew I wasn't gonna say that right, Sunshine Serum. Just thinking about the two of them, like I can get a cleansing balm that I'm gonna enjoy from a different brand. I mean, I really like the Drunk Elephant one. It's my favorite that I've tried, but I can get another cleansing balm elsewhere. And this, I feel like there's really no other product quite like this on the market. This has skincare benefits to it, but you basically can just mix this with any foundation and it just like magically pretty much matches you. So I use this quite a bit in the summertime when I was trying to match myself to my tan, and I just really loved the way that this worked for me. I just have this little mini guy and this has lasted me so long, but I definitely do plan to pick up the full size next summer. This is just a really incredible product. I held back on buying it when they first released it, not this past summer but the summer before, because I was like, it was towards the end of the summer that they released it, and I was like, you probably really don't need this. And then I pulled this out kind of in the middle of this summer and fell in love with it, but waited to purchase full size because again, by the time I was ready to purchase the full size, we were kind of coming out of summer. But I know I'll be purchasing this in the full size next summer. It's a really nice product from Drunk Elephant. Next up is Fenty, and if you aren't new to my channel, I feel like you know what I'm gonna say. I am literally obsessed with the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlights. Actually, if you aren't new to my channel, you may have thought I was gonna say the Gloss Bomb. It was gonna be either this or that. And trust me, I love the Gloss Bomb, but Fenty's highlighter is just unlike anything else in my collection. So this one right here is in the shade Girl Next Door and Chic Freak. It's this pink duo. My favorite is Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, but what I love about this is that you have your more subtle side, and then you also have a more intense side if you want to build it up, if you want more of an intense glow, if you want to look more like, you know, a glazed donut instead of just like a cake donut with like a little bit of shine. You get what I'm saying? Just absolutely love the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighters. I own two in like, I don't want to say normal shades, but then I also have two of her releases from 2 summers ago when she did like the purple and the blue. So really like the Kilowatt highlights, and I also really want to get the new mini set that she is releasing for the holidays with like the little mini lip gloss, and then there's a new Kilowatt mini shade. Need to have that. Next up is First Aid Beauty, and I know if you aren't new to my channel, you know what I'm going to say, and you're probably going to roll your eyes because I've talked about this product probably 100 times this year on my channel, but Fenty, or not Fenty, First Aid Beauty primers. My favorite is the Coconut Skin Smoothing Priming Moisturizer, but I also really like the smoothing one, and I really want to try the hyaluronic acid one too. First Aid Beauty makes amazing primers, you guys. They're $28 for 1.7 fluid ounces, which I believe is the standard for primers. I think that's such a good price for a higher end primer, and they're so good. Like, if I only had this primer and the smoothing one in my collection, I'd be like sad, but I wouldn't be upset about it because I know that between the two of them, I would have a primer that would do what I want it to do. So highly, highly, highly recommend the First Aid Beauty primers. Next up, we have IT Cosmetics, and I haven't tried too much from IT Cosmetics. I'm like trying to think of products I've tried. I know I've tried like their bronzer. I actually used to have an eyeshadow palette, and I've tried the next product I'm going to talk about. I've tried like a powder from them. I've tried quite a bit from them. My favorite that I've tried is the IT Cosmetics CC cream, specifically the illumination one. I've tried the original. I have not tried the blue one for oily skin just because I don't have oily skin, so I felt like I didn't need that. Plus that only has SPF like 30 or 35, and this one has SPF 50. This, you guys, anytime I have worn this or the original, I've not burned on my face, and I've worn just this without any other sort of sunscreen or sun protectant, and I've worn it to the beach, to the pool, etc., out on vacation, and my face hasn't burned. I was laughing this summer because I was like, I literally can't remember the last time I actually got sunburned. I think it was in 2016 when my husband and I went to the Dominican. Like, I literally cannot remember a time other than that, other than like maybe like my shoulders, that I've like gotten sunburned. Interesting. Anyway, I do really like this, again, for its sun protecting qualities. It looks nice on the skin. Again, I prefer the illuminating one. I feel like the original just takes some of the life away from my face. It's not my favorite foundation or CC cream. Well, it's probably my favorite CC cream because I can't really think of other CC creams that I have that I've even tried. It's not my favorite foundation by any means, but when I know I'm going to be out in the sun, I know I can make my face look good and it's going to protect me from the sun. So 100% this is my favorite product from IT Cosmetics. Next up, we have Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer. Love it. It's so good. It's not going to give you a super full coverage. It's not going to be super full coverage for you, but I don't need that from a day-to-day basis. I just need like a little light coverage underneath my eyes to brighten it up. This is super, super hydrating. It is a thinner formula, so I just really, really like this concealer. I feel like I was kind of giving up on concealers other than the Ulta Beauty one, which I really like. I just haven't found a concealer that I really vibe that well with. Like, I was thinking I was never just gonna find the one, you know? And I really enjoy this one from Laura Mercier. 100% will repurchase when I finish this. I think it is really good. Again, if you need a full coverage concealer, this isn't gonna be a good option for you, but if you just need a light coverage, light to medium coverage hydrating concealer, this is a very nice one. All right, next up we have Laneige, and I actually have recently been trying more from Laneige, and I think they have quite a few nice products. But I mean, I just have to hand it to the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This has done so much for my dry, cracked, raisiny lips, especially living in Minnesota. This is so good. Seriously, I remember for the longest time I was like resisting purchasing this because I was like, okay, like everyone's just like hyping it up. Like, it really can't be that good. And I truly remember the first time I put it on my lips, I was like, wow, like this just feels luxurious on the lips. It's so nice. I'll put like a pretty decent amount on before I go to bed, and then I wake up and it's still like on my lips somewhat, but you can tell like my lips just feel plump and hydrated. So really love this from Laneige. Highly, highly, highly recommend. $20 for this full size, and this will last you like at least a solid like 7 to 8 months, unless you're like using it multiple times a day. But I just use this once a day in the evening time, and I really love this. Next up is Marc Jacobs, and I have to be the basic bitch that just gives it to the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer. It's just so good. It's such a luxurious piece too, with the compact and the mirror, and it's so nice. And I have really great like memories attached to this. I brought this on vacation with me. It hasn't cracked or shattered. I remember when I purchased this, I remember when I saw it on Trendmood that it had like released, and I think it had released like a couple days early on Sephora, and it was during one of the VIB sales, and I was so sick that morning, and I never get sick. I was laying on the couch feeling like death was upon me, and I just like happened to like roll over, open my phone, look at Trendmood, saw that it was available, and I have not gone on to the Sephora app any faster in my life than I have when I saw that it was released. I remember my heart was literally pounding, and no, not because I was sick. My heart was literally pounding in anticipation of seeing if I was going to be able to buy this or if it was already going to be sold out. Like, that is how pathetic it was over a bronzer. I know, ridiculous, but I just laugh every time I like think about that memory and pull this out. So 100% favorite from Marc Jacobs is the Tantastic bronzer. Next up, from Milk Makeup. This was a hard one because I feel like I've been really getting into Milk this year. I love that they're just very innovative, very different, and always just like they keep you on your toes with their releases. Like, it's not like something like you can't necessarily guess what their next release is gonna be, and I like so much from Milk Makeup, but I have to give it to the Milk Kush mascara. I just really love this mascara. It does so much for length and volume, and this is the first mascara that I was using that really made me feel like I wanted or was willing to purchase high-end mascaras again. I was going through a phase where I was like, nope, like not worth it, not gonna purchase high-end mascaras. Now I will only ever purchase a mini size because I just don't go through full tubes of mascaras in the like allotted time before they expire. But this is such a nice mascara, you guys. Highly recommend this one from Milk. Next up is NARS, and I had a tough time with NARS because there's stuff that like I like from NARS or I think is okay, but NARS as a brand in general is like one of those brands that I feel like just doesn't wow me. Like, I feel like they have these like cult classic products that they just like recycle and re-release, and not a ton from the brand really gets me excited or wows me. But one product that I do really love from NARS and 100% would recommend, like I back this product, I think it is really good. It is the NARS highlighter, and mine specifically is in the shade of Fort de France. I love this one because it gives that sort of wet appearance to the skin. Now this is a more champagne tone highlight. There it is right there. I hope you can see with my lights. I just think it is such a beautiful highlight. It's such a nice formula too, just like very silky and smooth. It's not very powdery at all, and I definitely want to pick up more of these because I think that they are so good. Next up is Natasha Denona, and I'm trying to think if I've tried anything other than palettes from Natasha Denona. Oh yeah, I have the Natasha Denona Glow Highlight, which I also really love, but that's not the product I chose. I am going with the Lila palette. I have a couple of palettes from Natasha Denona, and I have 3 of their minis now, but I think of everything, my favorite is the Lila palette. I also have really been enjoying the gold palette. My sister gifted the gold palette to me, and I've really been enjoying that, but I think that the Lila palette is just so special with its color story, with some of the shimmer shades, that I had to choose this one as my #1. I just absolutely love pretty much this entire bottom row of shadows, of shimmers. They just have this like multi-chrome dimensional effect to them, and I just love them. This was also the first purchase I made from Natasha Denona, so there's that like part of me that just like feels that tie to it as well. But gotta hand it to Lila. This would be my favorite from Natasha Denona. Okay, next up is Ole Henriksen, and honestly, I can't think of a product I've tried from that brand that I don't absolutely love, so this was super tough for me. And I truly have so many favorites from them, like so many favorites. Like if I could just choose Ole Henriksen as a brand, I would. But I am going with the Ole Henriksen Goodnight Glow Retinol Sleeping Creme. I just really love this product. I feel like I've noticed such a difference in the texture of my skin since I started using this. I use this pretty much every other night just to give my skin a little bit of a break so that it doesn't get too dry. But this one, it's like lavender in color and just beautiful. And it smells, to me at least, it smells like a mixture between like lavender and lemon, and I just feel so luxurious when I put this on at night. It just relaxes me, it calms me, it makes me feel just like ready to fall asleep or do whatever, and I just I love this product. I also love the Truth Serum. I also love the Retinol like morning serum of this. I love the Fat Facial that I just purchased from them. I love the sauna scrub. I love so much from Lula Henriksen, like truly one of my favorite brands. Next up, from Way Hair Care. Now I haven't tried a ton from Way, but I love this product from them. This is their Way hair oil. It's really nice. I love the way that it smells, and I can use this with my really thick hair, and I feel like I never reach that point where it's like looking like greasy. I can use this with wet hair. I can use this with dry hair. I just do like 2 pumps, rub it together in my hands, and then rub it through my hair. If I have damp hair, I'll like kind of like comb my fingers through my hair with it on my hands, and then if my hair is dry, I usually just like rub it on the ends, and it just makes my hair feel super soft. Like I notice such a difference when I use this. So this is my second bottle of this. I have gone through a full bottle of this. Now granted, some of it spilled, but I will 100% repurchase this when I finish this too. I actually haven't even had this for that long, and I'm already like this much through this bottle. I use this every single day, sometimes day and night, so that tells you I really do love this product from Way. Next up, from Replica, I could not choose this. This is the By the Fireplace scent from Replica. It's just truly my perfect scent. It smells like the fall time. It smells like cinnamon and woodsy and manly, and it just truly smells like you're sitting by the fireplace with like some cinnamon sticks by you, maybe like a Fireball whiskey. It's just so good, you guys. I never thought I would spend $126 on a fragrance, but when I purchased this in the travel size, I knew the full size had to be mine, and this is one that I will continue to repurchase because it is so good. Okay, next is SMASHBOX, and I truly haven't tried much from SMASHBOX that I've liked. I feel like I've tried quite a bit from them, but I haven't loved a ton. I do really like their 15-hour like fresh wear foundation, but a product that I love from them, and one product that like if I could only choose a few products throughout my collection to keep, this would be one of them. It is the SMASHBOX Cali Contour Kit. I feel like my eyes aren't staying in focus, but we'll see when we go to edit. This is just an amazing product. First, who can appreciate, I know I've said this many times on my channel, but who can appreciate when a palette just like completely folds over? I love that about a product. This is what it looks like. You get a contour, a under eye brightening powder, 2 highlights, a blush, and a bronzer. The formula on this is so good. Every single product throughout this whole palette I really do like. The highlighters aren't my 100% favorite, but they'll do. This, I typically don't like pressed brightening powders for setting underneath my eyes, but this works. I really like the contour shade. I like the bronzer, and I really love the blush on this. So such an easy palette to travel with as well. I picked this up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty in the like springtime, and I truly feel like this was a steal. I got this for half off. I want to say it was like $19. It had to have been like $19. I truly feel like it was like I stole this product because it's so good, and I got it for under 20 bucks. Even if I had to replace this at full price, I would, because I love it that much. But definitely from SMASHBOX, this is my favorite product from them. From Stila, I feel like I have not tried much from Stila, but I think, or I know, my favorite product from them would be the Shimmer and Glows. So not the Glitter and Glows, but the Shimmer and Glows. The Glitter and Glows I like, and if you want like an easy way to play around with glitter, I think they're a really good product, but they dry out really quickly. Now the Shimmer and Glows I love, especially for the summertime, because it's just like if you just want one easy shade and go, literally a shimmer and go, that is what you're getting with this. Here it is right here. This is in the shade Kitten. It's just very easy to use. I have multiple shades in the Shimmer and Glows, and I really like them. Again, I was probably reaching for them more during the summertime when I was just doing like a really quick toss this on my lid and go, but it's a very nice formula to work with, and this would definitely be the favorite product that I've tried from Stila. From Tarte, hands down, I have to give it to the Rainforest of the Sea lipsticks. This is my personal favorite shade, Rum Punch. There it is right there. Just a really nice neutral, kind of like neutral brownie pink tone shade. This is currently going in my 19 in 2019 project pan. when I finish this, I will replace it because again, this is my favorite shade. These are super, super creamy lipsticks, very hydrating, but they also last a very good amount of time for being like a creamy lipstick. I also find that they don't get on my teeth. They don't transfer all over in my face. I don't find them like in my eyebrows at night. Like, this formula is such a good formula for someone who doesn't like a super matte, super drying lip product. So definitely recommend these from Tarte. From Too Faced, I don't currently have this product, but it's because I'm trying to get through some of my foundations before buying this, but this is one of my favorite foundations throughout all of the foundations that I've tried. It's the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Such a good foundation, a foundation that I would recommend to pretty much anyone with any skin type. They have such a wide shade range, so I feel like you're gonna find a shade for you. I feel like it has such a beautiful finish that can lean either like satin matte or even like kind of natural with like a hint of luminosity, but like nothing like glowy by any means. It's just such a good foundation, you guys. I just can't rave about this enough. I 100% will be repurchasing this once I get through some of the other foundations in my collection, but there's no other product I could talk about from Too Faced that I like more than the Born This Way foundation. From Urban Decay, I have tried quite a bit from Urban Decay, and it's a toss-up between what I'm about to talk about and the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencils. With the pencils, it's just kind of hit or miss. I've had a couple of shades that don't work for me, but overall, I really like the 24/7 Glide On pencils from Urban Decay. That used to be a product that I thought was overhyped, but the more I've tried, the more I like them, and they just offer such a wide range of colors and just like unique shades too. So I really like the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencils, but my camera stopped recording on me. I'm gonna have to hand it to the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and the reason being is this is just such a good palette for like your everyday consumer. I can understand why not everyone on YouTube would love this palette, but I think for your everyday consumer, this is such a great palette because you're offered some really great neutrals, some easy to work with colors, some beautiful shimmers. It's just a really nice palette. 21 shades. I think this is half off right now. I think I think retailers are running this on sale, so an even better price, but you're left with such a wide variety of options. This is a really easy one to travel with. Even though it is like larger, it's still like nice compact packaging. Again, it has that like flat back that I love. It has a really nice large mirror. Mine's super, super dirty, but I just think that this is such a good palette for, again, like such a variety of people. You get your pops of color so you can kind of play around with things, but then you also have your neutrals so you can use this from day to day. I feel like you could take this as your one palette to travel with, and you would be left with quite a few options of what, you know, different eye looks you could you're left with a lot to do with. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but this is definitely my favorite from Urban Decay. And then the final 25th brand that we're going to talk about is YSL, and I will be honest, I haven't tried a ton from YSL. A couple of foundations, a couple of lip products, and that's about it. But my favorite would be the YSL Touche Éclat Radiance Awakening foundation. Now, I think this used to be like a different formula that people loved a lot more, which maybe if I had tried that formula, I wouldn't like this one as much, but I really like this. I think that this is beautiful. It gives a nice natural radiance to the skin without being too dewy like the Josie Maran Vibrancy foundation, which is just a greasy mess, like I always like to remind you guys. It's just a really beautiful foundation, one that I 100% will repurchase when I finish using this. I have mine in the shade Cool Almond. I feel like this is one of the foundations that like I just know it's gonna match me and match me well, and I really appreciate that about this. This is very expensive, but again, this is one that I would repurchase, therefore I know I'll like it, obviously, and it would definitely be the favorite product that I have personally tried and would recommend from YSL. All right, you guys, after that concludes my 25 favorite products from 25 of the top brands at Sephora. Again, if you like this video, go check out Jamie's. I'll leave her channel and her video link down below. Also, leave me a comment with some of your favorite products from a few different brands. I would love to hear from you guys in my comments. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking around to watch this video, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.